Reynolds back in a hurry. Reynolds to the hole. We're trying to get free shoot scores. Takesha Granberry on target. Lundy to the house. Touchdown, Virginia.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program. On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
Maybe later on in life, run for office at some point.
This is a pretty good game for us to be in. It's a quality venue.
Feeds it low. Kane got position to jam.
If I relax for 1 second, he'll make an idiot out of me.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Brian White, number 59 of the football team. On this week's show, we'll have basketball highlights, a profile of offensive lineman Brad Butler, and a preview of our trip to Nashville, home of the Music City Bowl. But first, here's our Play of the Week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day.
This is the first time in her 4-year career that she's been named the ACC Swimmer of the Week. One of the premier athletes ever in our conference as a swimmer. The time Brielle posted is really, really amazing. It's only a couple tenths off of her ACC conference record. To make her NCAA A cut in December, she's never done that before. I feel she's really established herself as a contender to win the NCAA title in the backstroke this year.
I'm Sean Singletary. Stay tuned for more highlights on Cavalier Sports Weekly.
Welcome back to the show. The men's basketball team opened ACC play against Georgia Tech before returning home to face Fordham. Here's a recap of the Cavaliers' week on the hardwood before exams.
For on-demand Virginia basketball video highlights, visit virginiasportstv.com.
The post low. Inside, Jeremy Smith giving it up. Dickey inside of Sorore. Singletary in a corner to JR. Outside Diani. Diani's got the look. Contested three, no good. Kane hustles the rebound in the corner. Kane right back, runs into a man. Layup good. Jason got the layup. Adrian had a look. Adrian hand in his face off a down screen. JR. Jason. Kane inside. Layup good. 3 in a row. Jason Kane keeping the Cavs in it. 10-7.
We're one of a few guys that were active, and you never know game to game if you're active what can happen positive for you. So he was able to work the backboards and be a presence.
Cavs, for the first time tonight, go to the 2-3 zone. Frederick free throw line. Backing off, giving it left side. Morrow, the long jump shot, good for 3. Anthony got a look. The Cavs currently down by 16, and they've only got 13. TJ Bannister in a corner, jump shot, good 18. TJ took the jumper and hits his first jumper of the year. Terry guarded by Frederick, screen set. Now just into the teeth of the defense. Right side, Diani, jumper good, 17. Diani got one to go, and Diani cuts the lead to 12.
We came out real flat in the beginning of the game on both ends of the floor. So they took advantage of us and they went up big, and ever since then, we couldn't get back into the game.
0 for 12 outside the arc. Ball thrown up, Tanjimana get a hand on it. Cavs end up with a basketball on a block. Singletary going to the right side. Singletary in traffic, layup good, and he had to earn every bit of that. McKee, JR. Reynolds gives it up. Campbell in the lane. Running shot by Billy is good.
We know we played pretty bad in the first half, offensively and defensively. And, it just clicked in everybody's head at halftime. We needed to step up. But we can't keep doing that. We got to jump out on people from the beginning, not wait till the second half.
Reynolds off a cut. gives it up inside. Turnover, bad pass by JR. Telegraph 2-on-1. Morrow, Smith, jam. He elevates and just threw it home.
There were too many lapses by too many people where we're not collectively playing as hard as we need to.
Reynolds to handle the rock. Reynolds going left up by his man. Inside, and count the basket. It's a block. He'll look at a three-point play. Went to the hole hard.
Open that lead back up to 7. Virginia needs points.
Deani attacks, elevates, inside, layup, good. Deani went to the square.
We just had to find it in ourselves to try to make a comeback, but like I said, it was too little, too late, and we couldn't get in front. They just kept, every time we would foul them, they'd make free throws, or we would turn the ball over, do some mistakes.
They did a very good job of defending us and finding Sean and trying to eliminate him from the offense. And then after that, we took some low percentage shots, and you just can't continually take low percentage shots and think you're going to score the basketball.
Coming out late, and I'm shaking on the coach head, and I'm just talking to Dave, and I see Singletary sitting there. In my mind, I'm saying, "Oh my goodness, we've been preparing for him. We've been watching tape and talking about Singletary, and he's not in the game." And I said, "Oh my goodness."
TJ double teamed outside. Joseph for the three. Got a look. Good. Adrian Joseph, a big three for the Wahoos. Bannister slides lane right on the dribble. Goes top of the key, feeds it low. Kane got position to jam. Jason Kane got free. JR in a corner baseline. Angle pass outside. Deani for the three. Splash.
Nice little skip pass across the...
Joseph started to go inside. Swings to left. Billy Campbell low to Tunge. Tunge in the lane. Little baby Hawkins Sarare knocks it down. Third field goal for Tunge. He's got 7. Campbell right with 5. Reynolds off the screen. Down the lane. Pulls up. Jump shot. Off the window. The kiss. It's good. Cavs up 4. That's halftime.
We weren't playing well offensively, but we had defensive effort. My message was to pick up the intensity on defense and make a couple of adjustments to execute better on offense.
So Billy to bring across the timeline. Cavs have numbers. Left side, Mamadi attacks. Layup, good. Into Campbell. Campbell uses the screen set by Jace. He goes left. Off the glass, good. Good looking shot by Billy going to the baseline. It's a 6-point game. Right side to Jermaine Anderson. Up top, Dunston the three, good. He's been dynamite out there. He's hit 3 from the same spot. Campbell top of the key. Campbell giving it back Jason. Jason with a ball fake. Good nice move by Kane. Layup, pretty play.
We played okay on offense. Big guys stepped up a little more tonight to help out with the missed scoring.
Joseph free throw line, low, pass deflected, picked up Deani layup good. Deani got a deflected pass and went right to the rack. 50-44. Wing right side, Reynolds off the screen, going in the lane. He wants the fadeaway jumper, book it.
That's what JR needs to do.
58-56, Cavs by 2. Reynolds gets the screen again, cuts, falls down. Fordham's got numbers other end on the turnover. It'll be Jermaine Anderson to lay it up and tie at 58.
Second half, we didn't defensively or offensively stick to what we had been doing to get us a little bit of a lead.
With 14 seconds, up top, Jermaine Anderson with 9 on the shot clock, with 8, pass low, baseline, looking for the jumper, good defense, with 5, with 4, right side, beat of the jumper, good off the window with 3.4, and Dave Lato takes the timeout. Kane can run the baseline. It'll be Kane to get it into Reynolds, and Reynolds behind his back. Reynolds with 1. Reynolds has to put it up. The running jumper off the rim, no good, and Fordham has pulled off the upset.
We didn't play with intensity and energy for a full 40 minutes, and that's why we lost the game. Simple as that. Fordham, give a lot of credit to Fordham because they played an intense, effort-filled game for 40 minutes, and 40 minutes of energy will be 30 minutes of energy any day, no matter the talent, no matter the place. And that's what happened tonight.
For complete Cavalier sports coverage, watch VirginiaSportsTV.com.
I watch VirginiaSportsTV.com. When Bart's surfing the web, he goes to www.VirginiaSportsTV.com.
If you love Cavalier football, check out VirginiaSportsTV.com so you can get a better look at me and some of my teammates.
For exclusive all-access video of Virginia football, visit VirginiaSports.com and look for the links to VirginiaSportsTV.com. Coming up next.
Maybe later on in life, run for office at some point.
Brad Butler has played on both the left and the right side of the offensive line during his 4-year career. It's appropriate that Brad has covered both the left and the right side because the Lynchburg native has a serious interest in politics. Currently, Brad is serving an internship with Larry Sabato's Center for Politics. Brad is your Student Athlete of the Week.
The Student Athlete of the Week is presented by the Virginia Lottery. In 2005, the Virginia Lottery contributed a record $423 million to public schools throughout the Commonwealth.
He's really made me a much better player. I think he's one of the best tackles in the ACC. I go against some very good tackles in the ACC across the board, and really none of them challenge me as much as Butler does.
I just think as far as offensive line versus defensive line, it's a big chess match, and the offensive line is trying to move the ball downfield, and the defense is always having to react to it.
The thing about Butler is that he works so hard at everything he does. He doesn't care how beat down his body is or whatever. He's always trying to get better, and because of that, he's absolutely made me a better player. In practice, sometimes I just wish he would just relax sometimes, because if I relax for 1 second, he'll make an idiot out of me. He'll demolish me.
In order for us to get better as a group, we have to go out there and do the hard things that go into the practice. We can't just go out there on Saturday and expect to play really hard. You have to go out there and do the different things, bags and boards, two spots, some of the different drills we do that physically make you tougher.
I'm just glad that I had him to go against all the time to make me better, and hopefully, I made him a little better during the time too.
This was the ultimate character building experience. And again, it's a rare person looking back on his career who hasn't had one or more of these instances. There are times that will try your soul, and you have to be able to deal with it. Brad dealt with it extraordinarily well at a very young age. Now, I know Brad's character. I know whatever people say, that his intentions were not bad. And it's a tough game, it's a rough game, everyone knows that. But I don't think you judge a person by one incident, even if you take the worst possible interpretation of it. Brad was mature enough to move beyond this quickly. There are not many people who could do that. I know tons of adults who've worked for decades who couldn't move beyond a circumstance as painful as this one was. So it says a lot about Brad that he was able to do it and do it quickly. That's maturity and that's character.
Growing up in Northern Virginia, my dad was a lobbyist in D.C., and just to be able to go there on the weekends and get to see some of the famous buildings there, I think that just kind of sparked an interest in the whole political world. Welcome to the Center for Politics. Obviously, this is run by Larry Sabato, part of the University of Virginia, and I've been interning here for almost a year now, and I've been very welcomed over here and just learned a lot. Try to spend about 6 hours a week over here when I'm not doing football, and it's been a great experience, so welcome.
Brad is a wonderful combination of the fine athlete on the field and the great student in the classroom, and also somebody who does a lot of things extracurricularly.
The main focus of the Center for Politics is to concentrate on people getting involved in politics and just getting them interested, especially among young people like myself. Speaking from a personal standpoint, to be over here and learn and just get involved more has really sparked an interest in it for me.
We had a statewide television debate in this recent race for governor in Virginia. It was the only statewide TV debate. We had a very small number of people we could take with us to the studio. Brad was the only student we took. He did a superb job in helping us to pull off a very complex event that has to go perfectly because it's live television. So that shows the confidence that we have in him. We had a wide variety of people we could have taken, but we took the one person we knew we could depend on to do everything just right under pressure. See, that's what he takes from the football field, the ability to work and work well under pressure. Very few people his age have that ability.
I know that if he's pursuing something like that that he's really going to go after it.
Brad is the sort of person who, when he decides he wants to do something, he does it. He makes the time for it. He'll spend whatever time he has to make it happen. He's dedicated. He knows a lot of things that most kids don't learn until they're in their 30s or 40s. In fact, I know people in their 50s who don't know some of the lessons that he's already learned.
I think I want to go off in the private sector for a while and maybe later on in life run for office at some point.
There's an honesty about him and a down-to-earth quality that people naturally relate to. They have a very positive impression of him when they talk with him because he's real. And that's what it takes to succeed in politics. Surprisingly few people have that real quality. That's why most people who run lose, but Brad's going to win.
As a native of Knoxville, Tennessee, I'm excited to play my final college game in my home state. This week's Who's Heating Up offers a preview of our trip to the Music City Bowl.
Who's Heating Up is brought to you by Propane, exceptional energy.
This is definitely very exciting, to be able to get back home, and it'd be nice to be in front of the home crowd and all that stuff. It would just be neat to be back in Nashville.
It's a really fun town. It's a country music town, and you can really feel it when you're there. The kind of the nightlife atmosphere of the live country bands and all the country singers that come to that town to try to make it. And I don't know, it's a pretty cool place.
This is a pretty good game for us to be in. It's a quality venue. It's a terrific team to play against. It's within driving distance.
Oh, expect big things, Nashville's a fun town. I think a lot of guys will be pleasantly surprised. It's a nice little place. I think everybody will have a good time.
Our emphasis is just on winning and getting really excited to play this team. So I'm looking forward to it. I get one last shot at college football.
After the game at Miami, the mentality has been we don't care who or where or when. We're just anxious to play and finish this season on a positive note.
To be able to play somebody at a different conference, somebody we never even seen before, it'd be a really exciting game. I think everybody should be really pumped to play that game.
We would hope that we would have the type of turnout in Nashville that would have people shaking their heads in wonderment at how many Virginia fans were there, just as was the case in our 2 games in Charlotte. So come on, Cavalier fans, let's get over there, and we want to see the Sea of Orange in Nashville.
Find out why more people are choosing clean, safe, reliable propane. Visit usepropane.com. Propane, exceptional energy.
Hi, I'm Brenna McGuire, and Cavalier Sports Weekly will be right back.
Welcome back to the show. The women's basketball team traveled to Seton Hall on Wednesday. Let's see how the Cavaliers fared in their final test before exam break.
The Women's Basketball Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
Rubs right off the screen by Williams, pulls up, pitches right to McGuire for a step-in 22-foot three. Off the heel and no good, but got her own miss, drives to the basket, and the slashing scoop with the right hand is down for Brenna. Womack in the half court with her, left to Messina, looking in for Blake, closed off, and Granberry steals the pass from Corpavara. Takesha taking it to the other side, scoops it up with the offhand, and scores it off the window. A 4-0 Cavaliers start. In the half court, lob inside, Corpavara got away from Granberry with a head and shoulders fake. Sideline right, Zoll into Sardin. Tiffany slashes middle, takes it through, backs up for a follow-away 14-footer. Got it. 5. Littles comes to establish the pick, and Brenna rubs right. Now ducks all the way down the lane, sweeps in with a right-hander. Brenna McGuire. Rebound, inbounds pass to Littles. Follow-away 7-footer right down the well.
She's really growing as a player. It's just taken her time to get comfortable in the college game, and she's going to get better and better as she goes.
Gobbled up by Littles, and she scored. Jump stop to McGuire, the 3 in the corner, on its way, off the back of the rim and no good. But Granberry gets the rebound and hits the layup inside. On skip pass in the corner, Carpavora steps in for a long 2, good. Takesha snaps it inside and throws it away. Tried to throw it down to Williams, but it's tipped out to Sardin. Tiffany backs up and banks it good off the square from 8 feet away. Kenyon, top of the circle. Kenyon drives left, bounces off to Robertson, whose end. She hooks it up with the right hand.
Abby played great in the first half, and it's hard to sit there and be cold and then come off the bench, but I thought she gave us a lift and played with a lot of energy, and she'll be seeing a lot more minutes in the future.
Inbounds pass into Denisha Kenyon, who starts the second half for the Cavaliers. Kenyon forces up the 3 and banks it good with 1 on the shot clock. Zoll, who catches left baseline. Charnay in the corner, whips it back door to Williams. Williams with the up and under fake, reverses it up and good off the glass with a foul.
I felt we were playing too slow. I felt the game was just, they're running at their pace, and we needed to pick up the pace of the game, so we started to press them and really put some pressure on them, and it created some turnovers, and we got into a running mode, and that's our pace. Playing at our pace is what makes a difference.
Monique Blake outside right with 7 to shoot, begins the drive on Sardin, tipped away and stolen by Zoll. Charnay looks for numbers, one-on-one against Brown, sweeps in with a right-hand layup and banks it good off the window. Virginia leads by 15. Here comes Kenyon, 3-on-2, shovels no look to Williams, who fills the right side and scores it off the square. Virginia's running and gunning and running away from the Seton Hall Pirates. Off the side of the backboard, no good, and taken by Zoll. Charnay, 4-on-4, recognizes no numbers and runs secondary. Kicks left to McGuire. Brenna pumping the 3 in the corner. Can't hit her. Now Charnay posts Saida Williams left to the lane on the bounce pass. Williams wheeling and dealing across the lane. Scoops it up. Fingertip roll. How you like me now?
I thought Saida had a good game, on and off a little bit tonight, but once she got going, she was really good.
Zoll deflected. Right back into Williams on the refeed.
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. Don't miss next week's special bowl preview show. We'll take an in-depth look at the UVA-Minnesota matchup and we'll reveal the player's choice of the play of the year. Until then, go Hoos.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program.